Namaste and welcome to Forest Yogin Talks. So I mentioned in some other videos that the root of all suffering, source of all suffering, if we were to distill it down to the smallest particle, is called dualistic clinging. So you can certainly look at the other video if that piques your curiosity. But the source of most destruction, pretty much all destruction, is attachment. And dualistic clinging is the same. But this is another way to approach the teaching on the source of destruction and the source of suffering as well. So, attachment destroys. That's the pith instructions on attachment. Whether you're attached to butter or alcohol, crystal meth or meditation, the effect is the same. There are different degrees of volatility, but the effect is the same. The way they evaluate an alcoholic is not if they have a drink every day. I mean, you can have a glass of wine every day and not be an alcoholic, but if it starts to destroy relationships, that's when the attachment destroys. So sometimes people practice Ashtanga Vinyasa, physical yoga, and they get wrist injuries. I did when I was younger. I stopped practicing it, I stopped teaching it, but when I was younger I practiced it and taught it. And people get wrist injuries and they can't stop practicing. So it's a very simple thing for those who practice Ashtanga Vinyasa. So can you stop for a month to heal? And if you can't, it's attachment. And so first you really just want to notice it. Not judge yourself as being bad or wrong. But that's not traditional in the traditional view of yoga. We have to cut these attachments. You know, we develop little attachments in the beginning. We love the feeling of yoga. And so it's okay to develop a little attachment to the feeling of practicing physical yoga. But then if you have a good guide, then they point the nature of it out to you and get you to cut it, which means like taking the sword of wisdom out, cutting it, putting it back with an empty mind. So, like first we like yoga, physical yoga, because we want that feeling. We have a stressful life, we want that feeling. But eventually you cut your attachment to wanting that, and so you create a ceiling when you have an attachment. You create a ceiling. So when you realize that the reason why you're practicing yoga and Dharma is to awaken to your nature and help guide others to the same, and you dissolve that ceiling of the reason why it takes you into yoga, and then it goes beyond. Then it goes beyond what you can conceive of. Inconceivable, inexpressible. The Heart Sutra, I recommend you look up the Heart Sutra, and there's a mantra in the middle of it, Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhisva. That's the only part that's in Sanskrit, the rest is in English, and it goes usually with a drum, dun 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 dun, like that. Really all you need to know is the Heart Sutra. All you need to know is also in the Yoga Sutras. And in the Heart Sutra, that Om Gati Gati Parasamgati means those who have gone beyond. The Buddha referred to himself in the third person as the Tathagata, the one who has gone beyond. And the Indian word is also paramita, distant shore. So, once we cut attachments, which we think is the reason why we're going, once we cut it, the ceiling dissolves and we go beyond. We go beyond what we conceive of, and at first it's wow, but then eventually we realize it's ordinary. It's not special. It's luminescent, brilliant, fresh, enlightened, and ordinary. So, cutting attachment and cutting concepts is a big part of the path of yoga and Dharma. And you can see how bringing your life into a natural, non-dual activity goes hand in hand with cutting attachments. Play these videos a few times. Keep listening to them. That's part of yoga and Dharma, is repetition. So the words are burnt in your head. When you recognize things, the words will come back at the right time. So I hope this helps you on the path of yoga and Dharma, helps you cut attachment and liberate. Namaste.